Export to cloud. Outstanding. So we are here again with the Cash Flow Your Life real estate investor training, and I'm here with one of my beautiful and talented students. Yeah, she is. Look at her. She's like posing now. So you are watching this video here, and what we're doing is we're about to create a list, right? A list of properties available for that have delinquent taxes on it, delinquent real estate taxes. So who am I? I am the Jackie Jackson, real estate coach and mentor to women. And this is one of our coaching sessions, our weekly coaching sessions with one of my students. And we're just recording it so we can have some added benefit and reference for the future. So here's what we did do so far, right? So this is for the state of Texas, and it's one specific county in Texas, okay? So can you please, Monique, just go back to NETR Online, which is like your second or third tab. Yep. Perfect. And if you go back to even the second tab, please, because I think that's the home page.
Yep.
All right, cool. So one of my most favorite sites to start my due diligence and my search is NETR Online. And this is their homepage. And what I love about NETR Online, you can click on the link right up the top that says Public Records Online. And when you click on Public Records Online, it's going to give you the state map, right? So the map of the country with all of our states, the map of the United States. And when you click on a state, any state, it's an interactive map. It's also going to take you to that state's breakdown of all of the counties in alphabetical order for that state. How cool is that? All right. Mm-hmm. So Monique, click on Texas for us, please. Okay. The state of Texas. So yeah, you got to know like your state, right? But you can hover over any of those like images, the territories on the map, and it'll tell you what state it is. So if you're like unfamiliar and you're from another country, you're like, I don't know that state. I don't know what this is. I know I may be looking like at the map of the United States, but you're not really familiar with all of the states. You could just take your mouse, your cursor, and hover over any of the states. And I believe it's an interactive map, and it's just going to tell you the name of that state. And when you click on that state, it's going to give you the breakdown of all of the counties for that state, which is absolutely cool in alphabetical order. And we're looking at the state of Texas. So as you can see, like Texas has a lot of counties. A lot.
Pretty huge.
Huge. Yeah. Right? We'd have to Google it. Like, I don't want to count it. I'll just ask Google, like, how many counties are in the state of Texas? And if I got time to be counting them one by one. No one has time for that. No one's going to do that. So we decided that we are going to click on Tarrant County is what we decided that we're going to do. So go ahead and click on it for me. Pretty please. All right, cool. So this is what this looks like. So when you click on a county within that state, and this is why I love NETR Online, it takes you to each of the county's departments in relationship to public records and real estate. So in Tarrant County, just for a quick example, you have a link and the phone number directly to Tarrant County Tax Assessor's website, Tarrant County's property appraisal website, Tarrant County's Clerk of Courts website. It also gives you Grapevine and Cooleyville, their tax cuts, which is a city, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. A city within Tarrant County. And it also gives you the city of Arlington and their map and their geospatial links there, and also Tarrant County mapping, which is pretty dope, right? So that's like a quick crash course, right? So if you want to play around with this site, you can't break it. They put this information here for you, so it's pretty amazing. So what we did, what Monique and I did, we fast forwarded a little bit. We clicked on Tarrant County Tax Collector site, but what we really wanted to do is go to their homepage. But if you click on the link where it says go to data online, Monique, I just want to show what it does. So NETR Online is really smart. What they did is they kind of bypass all of the foolishness, right? So they just took you directly to the link where you could just search that county's like tax records, all right? But you got to know what you're searching for. So for example, if you click on search by, in that drop down, just if you click down, yeah. Okay, so you got to search by the account number, owner name, owner's address, property location, or the property ID number. All right, so that's if you specifically know what you're looking for. So Monique and I were like, we just want a blanket search. We're not really specifically looking for any specific owner. So what I told her to do is just go to Tarrant County's tax collector's site, their homepage, and we're just going to start from scratch and just go to their homepage. So if you go to, I believe it's your 5th tab. Oh, you're already there.
Yep.
But you're already on it, so you got multiple tabs open.
Yeah.
But what we did, we just went to their homepage, and we were like, oh, okay, let's just scroll down. But actually, we didn't. If you go to your 5th tab, that one, yep. So you got that one. Yep. Okay. The 5th tab. Oh, that's the one where it says you didn't like it. So just close that one.
Just close this one?
Yeah. You just hit the X. Please, if you can see it.
Yeah.
Can you see it? You could just close it.
Oh, hold up. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's enough screen.
Because I know that little bar, because you're sharing your screen, is like right above like your browser. Right. So if you did not know, you can drag and drop and just move it out your way so you can actually see your browsers.
Okay. And why am I losing my screen? I've completely lost my screen. Oh, goodness.
Don't lose your screen. Don't do it.
What is going on, people? Oh, goodness gracious.
That's okay. So let's start in Google. So Tarrant County tax collectors. No need to fret. Google will bring us right back where we need to go.
There we go.
All right. So let's click on the first in the search results, which is going to be the homepage of the tax collectors, right? So what we want, we're looking for property information. So if you scroll back up to the top for me, please, Monique, I just want to show. All right. So of course you have the tax collector collects tax for like almost everything, right? So that's vehicle registration, that's like intangible taxes, that's business tax receipts and business registration sometimes for some counties, alcohol, beverages, all kinds of stuff. So the tax collector for that county has multiple functions. They have multiple responsibilities in addition to collecting property taxes for real property in that county. So they do multiple different things, all right? So what you want to do is go to the link that says property or real estate or something. So each county is going to be different, but more than likely they're going to say property tax, all right? So what we've done is we already clicked on it. It says property tax. So everything from this point forward is just going to be all about property taxes, right? Because that's what we're researching. Right. So if you scroll down, we're on Tarrant County's property tax division, and they're going to tell you all kinds of cool stuff about what they do with property taxes, which is awesome. But what we're really looking for here, the purpose of us being on this link and doing this research this morning, is not so that we can pay our property taxes with Tarrant County. We're trying to look for the people who are delinquent with their property taxes in Tarrant County.
Yes.
So scroll down a little bit more.
Right.
So you got all this cool stuff, and you can click on every single thing if you so desired, right? So frequently asked questions, that's pretty dope too. But we already know that under the helpful links section, I believe, right, which is the last one. So I laugh about this with every government site is because it's here, it's available, it's hidden in plain sight. But if you don't have the patience to actually find the link on their site, you'll like rip your hair out, be like, it's not here. I can't find it. It doesn't exist. And I'm like, no, it has to exist. It is here. Take your time and look for it, right? So sometimes the link could be up at the top. It could be in the, the immediate menu up at the top. It could be on the left. It could be on the right. It could be on the bottom. Like you don't know what subcategory they put it in. But I promise you it's there. So why is this under helpful links? I have no idea why they put this here.
I was thinking about that too. I'm like, why is it there?
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't even understand. How is this helpful? It would have been helpful if you put it underneath like where all of the other property information is, right?
Right.
But, yeah. No, that's not where they put it. So whatever. So we're going to click on where it says public auctions for delinquent tax accounts. How cool. All right. So it's right there. Cool. All right. So now we're on the Tarrant County tax collector site for inside the state of Texas, right? So Tarrant County is one of the counties in Texas. Yes. And what we're looking for, the purpose of us looking for this is not only are we looking for dates of delinquent tax sales, like when they're actually going to have their auction, we're looking for the online information for that. We want to find out their purchasing department. We want to find out what we need to do to register. But more importantly, we're trying to get the list of properties that are delinquent in this county, because our goal is to communicate with those property owners and to send them some kind of marketing in advance of the auction itself, right? So if you click on dates of delinquent tax sales for me, please, Monique, do you see where it says that? Okay, awesome. Please click there. All right, here we go. Ooh. So, of course, it's leading you down a wonderful rabbit hole. It's leading you down like this whole process, right? So, although they make it accessible, they still don't make it like plain, right?
Right.
So, all right. So it leads you to another page, right? So more about the sale. So before we click on that, I would click on more about the sales, just so, because that's what we want. We want more information about the sales. I want you to just scroll down, and so we could take our time and see what else is on this page, because they're giving us more information. So they're giving us information about the courthouse, the address, where it's located, the phone number, about the tax collector's mission in this precinct or this area, operations. Okay. And I want to, so like more like frequently asked and all that cool stuff, right? Tax sales. All right. So good. So it's giving us more information about that. Very, very cool. All right. So we can always come back and research what all of that information would mean to us and how we could apply it in our business so that we could be even more successful. So what I want you to do is scroll to the top for me, please. Yes, ma'am. And I want you to click where it says, I
think it was about sales, this one?
More, yep, please. More about the tax sales. All right. Whew. All right. So here we go. Another rabbit hole, right?
Yeah, because I'm like,
so it's okay, because this is how, you know, people sometimes get discouraged and they're like, I give up, but it's here, and money is right under your nose. As I love to tell people, it's like right under your nose. If you have, you know, the patience to just stay with it, it's right under your nose. Okay? So delinquent tax sales, right? So this is for Tarrant County in the state of Texas, and it's for precinct number 3. It says this office does not process any type of foreclosure sales, which is fine. That's cool. But they still are going to give you the information of where you can go to find it, right? So important information, please read before continuing. Sales results by month are posted on the delinquent tax sales link at the bottom of this page. Boom. They told you where it is at the bottom of this page, right? Okay. So cause numbers are noted as withdrawn or struck off or sold. All right. So I think they mean case numbers, but hey, we'll go with cause.
I'm like, cause number. That's new.
I know. We'll figure it out when we get there, because right at the bottom of the page, maybe they do have something called cause numbers, but most times in other states, they call it a case number. So properties by case are either withdrawn, right? So that means that maybe they have been redeemed or taken off of the auctions list, or something happened where that property is not going to be auctioned off. Struck off also is means that it's been taken off the list as well. And then sold, obviously, that means it's been sold at the auction, right?
Yes.
So information will remain available for 45 days following each monthly sale. After 45 days, the link will no longer be available. Ooh, that's good information to know. They play peekaboo with the link. How about that?
Right.
All right. Specifies such as the amount of the sale, which is good to know. The purchaser's name are obtainable at the downtown courthouse office after the deeds have been filed. Oh, snap. So anyone that actually has won the bid and the new owner of that tax deed property, it's going to be available in public records, obviously, because that's where deeds are going to be signed and ratified and uploaded into the clerk of courts. But you can also obtain a copy. They're telling you that, hey, you can obtain a copy at the courthouse for yourself. So it's part of public records. All right.
Cool.
Payments are only accepted in 3 forms, which is cash, cashier's check, or money orders, which is also really, really important. You want to know how the county accepts payment if you're going to participate in the auction. You want to know what their payment methods that they accept. So this is part of like your frequently asked questions. You want to know all this information upfront in advance. And then the next is, it is strongly recommended that purchasers bring cashier's checks of varied denominations and some cash, because we will accept exact funds only. So they don't give back change. Basically, that's what they're saying. There is no backsies with your change. So either you're going to bring the exact amount or
right,
you're going to make a donation.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're saying. Donation to my pocket.
Which is pretty cool. I think that's so funny. And, a lot of counties are like that too. I mean, you can't blame them. As a county worker, they don't keep cash there. It's like, whatever. Like if you got an overage, then too bad for you. Right.
Right.
So all money orders or checks should be made out to the constable, Daryl Hoffman, which is probably like the tax collector in that county, which is probably. All right. So purchasers have to have up to an hour after the sale to bring the certified funds. Dang. That is pretty aggressive.
They're like really like strict. Like, I guess that's why they're like, please read before you continue.
You got 60 minutes to take yourself down to this county and make sure that you pay for your bid. Now, isn't that interesting? So from county to county, that will be different. All right. Yeah. So, for example, some of the counties here in Florida, the county that I love and I frequent often, gives you at least until 3 p.m. like the next day.
Oh, wow.
For real.
Well, I'm not surprised because Tarrant County is pretty strict.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh my word.
They're more strict, surprisingly, than Dallas County, which is where the majority of a lot of your big businesses are. And Tarrant, for some reason, and that's only because I used to live in Tarrant County, in a certain area of Tarrant County, and that's how I knew that. So I'm not surprised.
How cool is that? Okay, cool. And they actually are being an advocate for the investor. They're giving you a link to local banks available nearby should you need one. Okay, so they're not playing. They're like, listen, you better, I don't know where you're gonna get your money from. But if you participated in our auction, you're going to need your money, all of it, up front. We don't give back change. You need to be here within 60 minutes, period.
Wow. Well, at least they're giving you banks to get you some change if you need it, right?
This is interesting. So let's read their last bullet, which is also important. So bidders' authorization sheets should be obtained prior to and be shown when registering for the sale. All right, so that's a document that you would actually have to complete prior, and they provide that to you when you're registering for the actual auction itself, right? Okay. So deeds cannot be issued without that authorization. So now we know. Tarrant County's rules. So that's pretty cool. Now the next section is going to give you kind of like their disclaimer, I suppose, right? So it says, please be aware that every effort is made to ensure that the deeds and deed cover sheets correctly reflect the information you put on the bidder registration form, and probably your authorization form as well too. If the bidder registration form is not completed and printed correctly, it could result in incorrect information being entered on your documents, which could delay your receipt of these items, which is basically your deed to the property if you are the successful high bidder. We're asking you to please print the information clearly so that errors can be avoided. Additional fees may be incurred if your document has to be reproduced. So
and you charge me?
Yeah, you have to pay again. They're not playing. They're like, listen, you put an N as in Nancy when you meant M as in Mary. That's not our fault. You want us to do it again? Pay up, Felicia, right now.
Oh my God. That is funny. Good Lord. Like, geez, like you better have it together before you come to my auction. Have it together.
I was just telling another one of my students, like, when you participate in the delinquent tax real estate auctions, the biggest portion of your process as an investor is before the auction. It literally is.
Really?
Before. It's not after the auction. It's before, because it requires you to do your research, meaning not only your research with the property and the due diligence requirements so that you can know what you're buying, but it also requires you to do your research with that county and understand how that county does business, so that you're not caught by surprise, and you know exactly what to expect and how to do business with them. So for example, if you were the successful bidder and you thought you had more time, and or you thought you could wire the funds to them, you would be so wrong in so many ways. And the next time that you wanted to participate in an auction, you would be like blacklisted and blocked, because what counties do is, if you are the bidder and you don't show up to pay for your property after you are the winning bidder, they actually blacklist you. You cannot participate in their future auctions. So you don't want to be on their naughty list. You don't want to do that.
Oh wow! And that's just for their county, or just
like all the counties do that.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't like people winning and not coming back to pick up the property. They don't like that. Or people winning and not paying, I should say, rather.
Yeah,
they don't like that. They'll get your name or your entity's name or whatever the name it is that you use for registering with them, and they'll put you on their like blacklist, their naughty list.
Wow.
Because you have to fill out a registration form. You got to register. So they were, okay, well, so-and-so registered, they won, and they didn't come. They didn't actually pay for the property.
Oh, wow. So they're like, yeah, now you wasted my time.
You literally wasted my time. So go somewhere else with your foolishness.
Oh, man. Okay.
Literally.
Well, that is good to know. Definitely make note of that. Each county is different. So you really have to read that and know what you're doing before you go.
That's correct. So we can use the county's list for two different purposes. One, we can make note of the properties that are coming up for auction, right? And be like, oh, okay, these property owners are delinquent and I want to participate in the auction, right? And bid for these delinquent properties, right? Which is basically paying the taxes that the property owner did not pay in exchange for a deed and ownership rights to their property. Or we could look at this information and market to those owners letters, communication, let them know that we buy properties as is. We can help them out of their situation, which is our intent is to help, and offer them a solution, right? So sometimes that solution says, hey, I can help you avoid your property going to auction, and I can offer you a cash offer. And our goal here is to like wholesale that property or to implement some kind of other creative investing strategy to help them provide a winning solution to fix their situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it sure does.
All right, it's cool. So now they also give us some more information. So effective October 4th, 2016. So they've been doing this for a while. So effective in 2016, bidders must, with a capital M-U-S-T, register prior to 10 a.m. So here we have another rule. We got to register prior to 10 a.m. And the county will no longer accept registrations after the sale has begun. So if you got there or still wanted to participate in the auction and you got there after the auction has already begun, you will not be entitled to register to participate in that auction. You got to do it prior to.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's actually pretty good. That kind of keeps things in order as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's the way how it is. God loves order in all things. So this is how it's done. So everything has to be done in a certain way. So our entire business, and, you know, a lot of people say to me, Jackie, well, Jackie, you include God in everything. And I'm like, well, why not? He created everything.
What? Of course.
They were like, God is not in your, you know, he's in your business. I'm like, he in my business. He in my bank account. He in my wallet. He in my house. He in my life. He's in my children's life. He in everything. So
you like, look, you better acknowledge him because so he is a jealous God.
Right. He's part of our business plan. So there's laws and order that we have to take, right? We have to follow. So if this is the law and order of how to do business with this county, then we're just going to follow the laws, right? We're going to follow the way and the procedures in an orderly fashion to make sure that we have good success, right? So effective with October 7, 2014. So this was another little nuance that they had even earlier, right? So what are they saying here? So an individual purchasing property in the name of a company must. All right, here we go. So this one is good.
So see, this is going to apply to me.
Yes.
Because I told you I have the LLC, so I had planned on doing everything under my LLC. Amen. So this would apply to me.
It would. So as a investor, you have multiple different choices of how you can take ownership in the property, right? You can take it in your own name if you want to, right? You can buy property in your own personal name. You can buy property in your entity name, right? Which is what you are referring to, Monique, right? You could take property in your entity's name. And I take it one step further. I buy property in a land trust, right? So I prefer to buy property in a land trust because within my land trust, the identity of myself as well as my business entity is anonymous, right? I maintain complete anonymity when I buy in a land trust. So I prefer to buy in a land trust. So people ask me all the time, well, how many properties do you own, Jackie? And I'd be like, one. Because, it's only my primary residence. My land trust owns the rest of my properties, and that's the technicality of it. So I literally can say I only own one property, but do I have ownership interest, or, do I control other properties through other means? The answer is yes. But I technically only own one property that's deeded to me directly, right? So here's what they want. Here's what the county wants. And this is what you have to do to be in compliance if you are going to title your tax deed in your business's name. All right. So number one, Tarrant County says, provide a copy of the assumed name certificate for the company, which can be obtained from the Tarrant County Clerk of Websites, their Clerk of Court website, or the franchise tax account status with a list of the officers and directors, which may be obtained from the Texas Comptroller Officer website. Okay, and they give you the site for that. All right, cool. So now you know. So what this really means, in the state of Florida, we call it something a little bit different. It would be like your articles of organization or your articles of incorporation, right? So you have an LLC, so you have your articles of organization, right? Which outlines all of your managing members and all of the officers for your limited liability company. So they want anyone who is an officer of that entity needs to be listed on that document, which is called the assumed name certificate. And they give you the location of where you can go get it. Just go to the Tarrant County Clerk of Courts website or the franchise tax account status, and then you can download that document and then fill it out accordingly, right? So wouldn't that be good to know, right?
Yeah.
And then it says provide a letter on letterhead signed by the owner or an officer of the company granting permission for the individual to act on behalf of the company in purchasing that property. All right, so that's not a bad, that's too easy. I'm gonna need you to go to Microsoft Office, download you a letterhead tablet with your company's name on it. List the officer's name, and most times, it's either you or your business partner or something like that. Put all of the officer's name, and then say all officers are in agreement that we grant permission that this individual, which is you, on behalf of the name of the company, which is yours, grant permission to buy property in the business entity name. Like, it's really that simple. People are like, oh my God, Jackie, this is so complicated. I'm like, nah, you just did that in like Microsoft Word. It's too late. So don't be showing up to these people's auction talking about, I want to buy it in my beautiful LLC. And they be like, well, do you have this assumed name certificate? Like, do you have this? Do you have that? And you're going to be like, nah, I don't have it. They'd be like, well, not today. Today, you're not going to participate today. Maybe the next one around. But I'm going to need you to have all of this complete before you get back here. Right?
Yes.
All right. What else they want you to have? Provide a copy of the bidder's authorization. Oh, we talked about that up at the top. for the company, which may be obtained from the Property Tax Division of the Tarrant County Tax Assessor's Collector's Office, which is pretty dope. That's pretty easy. Yeah. Along with a copy of the individual's valid and legible driver's license or state-issued identification card. Too easy. So far, if you want to buy property in your business name in this county, you got to be registered prior to the sale at 10 a.m. You also have to have the assumed named certificate. You also have to have the bidder's authorization and all the other correlating documents. They also want you to have a driver's license or a state issued ID and provide a bidder's registration, which may be downloaded from the Delinquent Tax Sales website or filled out before 9:45 a.m. at the auction. So they at least give you 15 minutes. They were like, okay, if you did not do that document, you need to do at least 15 minutes prior to the auction. But remember, you are not allowed to register after 10 a.m.
Good Lord.
You're not allowed. So that was pretty cool. All right. So
yeah, I
just want to stress the importance that the information to participate in any of these tax deed auctions is available to. It's public records. They give all of the information. Look, they're even giving you like the statutes, right?
Yeah.
Right. So CPRC section 34.0445, right? If you read that, they extracted an excerpt from that section and they put it there. So that's relevant. So you want to read that. Next, underneath it, the bidder authorization notice. So there it goes. They give you the form. Hot dang. Mm-hmm. They even give you their phone number if you have any questions. But don't be calling these people if you haven't read. Literally. Like, they got a lot of stuff to do. Now, I know they're public servants, but they really don't have time to be answering questions that they gave you the answers to. So make sure you read all of this information. And if and only if you don't understand after you've obtained all the information, then
right.
Okay. And then
you can call.
Then call.
That makes sense.
All right. Cool. So now it says prospective buyers must download and complete. We already talked about that. The tax sale bidder registration form, which got to be in before. And prospective buyers may choose to use the county's online bidder registration. Click on the link below. Okay. And then user name is case sensitive. So you want to make sure. So if you are going to register online for the auction, then you would click on that link right there. You want to click on it for me?
Right here.
Where it says online. No, the other one.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. Let's see what that says. And hit agree. So they always want you to agree to their terms. And then now you could just put in that information there. Okay, cool. So go back to your, that one. Your tab before. It looks like you can copy and paste their,
so the username and password is the same for everybody.
It seems so. Mm-hmm. Which is really weird,
right? I'm like, huh? I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
Yeah, I know. Let's go down this rabbit hole. Let's go down, because I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
I've bought in many counties before, but this is my first time doing my due diligence with Tarrant County with you. Mm-hmm. Why you chose this county, by the way?
Because that's why I just did my car registration.
Yeah. So there literally was no real rhyme or reason. All right, let's go. All right. So I understand that online access requests will be reviewed. If approved, an email with login information will be sent. So you'll have your own individual login information. So view our property lists with the status of the sale. Oh, so this is where they put it. Girl, click that down. Wait, you got to click yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So, okay, so they send you an approval email, and then once you get the approval email, then they probably prompt you to change it to your own so you can get back in. I'm assuming.
That's correct. Right, because what you're actually requesting access for is to be a bidder. You're going to be filling out that registration form, that bidder's registration form, that authorization form. So there's a couple of steps that they want you to do. So that's what you're being approved for, making sure that you got all your documents ready. But where we are right now is actually the monthly tax sales listings. Whew, finally. How many links do we click on before we got
count.
here.
I lost count. It was at least 5. At least 5.
All right, so August 6th occurred already according to our calendar. But September 3rd is like next week, October 1st. So, and November 5th. All right, cool. I love to click on past counties as well too, or past auctions. So please click on August 6th. I would love to see what was auctioned. Let's see. All right. Withdrawn 2 or so. Okay. That's pretty cool. So it's got some active stuff going on here. And withdrawn, sometimes that means that the property owner, found the funds to actually pay their taxes so that it could be avoided going to auction. All right, cool. So there were 28 potential properties that were on this particular auction. And of course, you could see the ones that were.
So each attorney has its own list of property. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one had 28.
Yes.
This individual did. And then this firm only had 5 under there.
Okay. Keep going.
So, and this one has.
And then you got these independent attorneys. They had 2 out of 3. Writs of execution.
What is that? Okay, so they was read. Okay.
Very cool. All right. So let's go to, because this auction already occurred. It already happened. Let's hit our back browser button up at the top left, and let's go to September 3rd.
Oh, same attorney.
Yeah, it's probably frequently the same people over and over again. So do you see the ones that are say for sale?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are properties that are still going to go for auction. Are any of those columns, like the case number or the account number, are any of those hyperlinks or anything? Nope. Just oh, you know what? The headers are though. So if you click on what says status, the word that says status, click it. Bam. Yeah. I seen it.
You see?
I was like, oh, something is a hyperlink. So we're going to have to sort. So all we want to look at is what is for sale. How about that?
Yeah. That's all we want.
That's all we really want. That's all we really want. I'm not trying to.
But it doesn't give us, we can't like get any other information within it, right? It's just going to give us this information here.
And that's okay, because it just depends on the county itself. We actually have all that we need at this particular point in our research. Because remember, we can search by, I think I clicked on something for a second. Are you still there with me?
I'm still here.
Okay, I clicked on something.
Yeah, because your picture, I can't see your face anymore.
Girl, I ended up clicking on my calendar and end up with like something crazy. I'm not even sure how my calendar came up on the screen. But what we have here is the case number, the account number, and the status, which it means that it actually is still for sale. So what we can do, if you right click, like I want you to hold your mouse down, and I want you to grab and copy from the case numbers all the way down to the last word where it says for sale.
Okay. This?
Yes. Drag it all the way down. No, all the way down. Because I want
all the way.
To get all of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because what we're going to do, we're going to create a spreadsheet.
Oh,
show your leads. That's right. Remember we talked about this?
That's right. Right. We did. Oh, yeah. You were like, no, we're going to do this right now.
we really are. We really are going to do this right now. So you guys, I give my students homework, and when they don't do it, I make them do it in front of me. It's kind of like, I will be a real estate investor. Like you write it on the chalkboard 100 times. I will be a real estate investor. I will be a real estate investor. I am a real estate, right? So there's no way of getting out of your homework. So now did you right click?
Right click. Okay.
And copy. All right, cool. So if you go back to your Google Drive where I had you create folders for delinquent taxes.
Yeah, let me go back because I completely
Well, up in your right hand. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you could have went to the little 9 little dots right there in the upper right corner. I just want to show you something.
Right here.
Yep. Click that. Mm-hmm. Please. All right, boom. Do you see where it says you click on the one that says Drive? It'll just take you back to your Google Drive. Too easy.
Right. So I'm just like, well, where are my folders?
There you go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Bam. Okay. There we go.
All right. Okay. So now we're going to go to the subfolder called Tax Delinquent Real Estate is what yeah. All right, cool. So now you're going to go to New. I want you to click New for me, please. New. And then I want you to do Google Sheets.
Okay.
So you're going to create a new blank spreadsheet. Perfect. Now in the top, right, the top left corner, which is A1 or 1A. I'm not a big Excel fan, but
you're fine.
Here we go. Just right click, please, and hit paste. Hit your special. Yep, there it is. No, that's what I want. That's what we want. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do nothing else. Don't touch anything else. Don't do it. Okay, got that out the way. All right. So now I want you to, click there, and I want you to click on Insert up at the top. Yeah, I want you just above. So that's going to be case number. Next one is going to be account number. Perfect. Next one is going to be status. Perfect. Next one is going to be property type. And we're going to find all of this information from the property appraiser's website because we're going to search by the account number, right? And then in column E, we want to put address, property address. Why not? We're just going to create our own spreadsheet. See, now you want to try to get fancy.
I'm sorry. Linda, I'm sorry. Let me go back. After,
you see what I mean you see what I mean? It never fails. All my students do the same thing. Y'all be trying to make this spreadsheet pretty, and it is not about aesthetics right now. It isn't. I don't care if it's not formatted. I don't care if your numbers don't line up. It's not important. Get your life right, all right? So what we're trying to do at this time is get the data, okay?
I got you.
Property address.
Okay. You knew I was about to do it.
I know it because you all do it. Every they be like, oh, hold on, Jackie. Let me bold this. Let me. I
was about to do that too. I was about to bold and highlight.
Oh God, please let it go. Property city.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yes.
I think you made fun of me last time. You were like, what are you doing? Just copy and paste.
Literally, like I'm gonna need you to make this spreadsheet pretty later. All right.
Oh,
so, let's do property zip.
Okay.
Awesome. Next we could do beds, and next is baths. And as a matter of fact, I want you to click in column D for me. Just highlight column D. We're going to insert another column. So click on the word, click on D. Yeah. And then insert a column.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do opening bid because we would want to know that, right? What's the actual amount to opening for the bid?
Okay.
The amount.
All right.
Before we do all of that stuff too. Opening bid. We also need the property's value. That's important. So under E, what I would do here, I would insert another one. I like that too. Let's just insert another column. And let's do value, like property's value or assessed value. Okay. Because we could put the assessed value there. We're going to get that from the county as well too, the assessed value.
Okay.
Cool. All right. And we're going to add some more columns, but for time's sake, this is all we need for this particular point. All right. So all I want you to do is copy the account number in to Bravo. Yep. Just copy that account number, right click, copy it.
Yep.
And all we're going to do is just go to the Tarrant County tax collector and then search by account number. Remember we did that? Remember when we went to NETR Online and it took us directly to the tax search? Yeah, let's do that. So NETR Online. There you go.
I think I have it, yeah.
And this is like the long way to get where we're going, but I'm just doing it because I love to make things habitual so that you know where to go back and find it. So we went to NETR Online, public record search. She clicked on Texas, and now she's clicking on Tarrant County. And now you're going to go to tax collector, Tarrant County tax assessors, tax collectors link. Click there. Perfecto. Yay. And then we're going to search by the account number. Who knew?
Right.
Right.
So this is the end of what they took us to before we got all the other stuff. They just took us directly here.
Yeah. So now let's click go and let's go look at that property card. Bam.
Awesome.
What you said? Ooh, we got the owner name, the property's location, the legal description, and we can click on the hyperlink on it. Click it. Click it. No, not new search. The actual property card itself, the blue link. See?
Oh, my bad.
I just said not new search. Click on where it says account number or something like that. Right there. Click on the account number.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Okay. Oh wow! So it gives us everything. It even gives us the age of the owner.
For real? That's a lot.
Okay, so wait a minute.
So we're looking at the what we're looking at, just so we're clear. All right. So let's do a quick recap. We went to Tarrant County's tax collector's office and we searched by delinquent taxes.
Yes.
Delinquent property taxes. We read through all of their rules of how to participate in the auction. And then we went to the list of properties that are being auctioned. We are actually looking at September 3rd, which is just in a couple of days. We sorted that list by properties that are still scheduled for sale. We copied the information from the list and created a spreadsheet for it. We added additional columns to collect more data from that spreadsheet. And then we copied the account number and went directly to that property's account number so that we can get the information for it. All right. So that's all we did. That's all we did. So looking at this here, we know that this property is going to be auctioned on September 3rd. We know that.
Yes.
So it says, you got all that information in that box right there. Do you see where it says click on the e-statement button to view the total taxes due? So click on e-statement button. There's a big old button that says e-statement. Click it.
Okay.
So this 2018, In God We Trust, this is the taxes that are due for 2018. Now, I do not know. Here's what we don't know, because the property is being sold for the delinquent taxes for the previous years. It's not being sold for 2018. This owner still has time to pay 2018. So the $2,700, the $2,734.79, that's just the amount that's due for the property taxes for the year of 2018. It's not the opening bid that this property is going to be like auctioned off for. It's not the total. So we're still looking for that information because we want to know why, like, what's the total amount that this property is going to be auctioned for. But at least what we're getting now is the owner's name, which is Miss Dorothy Curry, the parcel address, which is, I know it says 00 in front of it, but it's probably just the 2714 Northwest 23rd Street. Do you see that?
Yes.
Do you see where it says property's address, the parcel's address? That's the street address. What you could do is, if you really want to take a look and see what kind of property this is, what I normally do is I want to make sure that before I commit too much time and too much research time, I just look at the property and confirm if this is the type of property that I'm interested in anyway. All right. Okay. Now take a look at the bottom here. Look at this. It actually gives you the owner's mailing address.
Yeah, that's what I want to. So the parcel address and this address, the mailing address below is different.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be the same. So this is an absentee owner, right?
Okay.
This is what this means. This is an owner that has a property that lives someplace else. So absentee owner only means that it's just not their primary residence. Now, I don't know if 855 West Taylor Drive in Coolidge, Arizona is this owner's primary residence. It's irrelevant, but this is their mailing address. This is one of their addresses, right? So if we were going to send any communication to Miss Dorothy Curry, we would want to send information to her mailing address in Arizona, maybe even send it to the property itself, and then skip trace Miss Dorothy Curry using her last known address in Arizona to see if we could find any additional addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and contact her. Say, hey, you aware that your property going up for auction like next week?
Like, that just sounds so.
No, look, for real. I mean, think about it. For some people that may be an uncomfortable conversation, but where we're coming from a perspective of goodwill and good intent for that owner. The last thing I want her to do is to have her property auction where she absolutely gets nothing from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So our business is to help mankind, our brothers and sisters on this planet. You have to believe and understand that you are doing a good deed in your business. That's why I say that God is in our business. He is. Like, goodwill is in our business. The gospel we're spreading, we're evangelizing through our business by offering a good solution to property owners so that they don't lose everything.
Right.
This is important for you to understand that, yes, we are going to make money because we are providing value, but we're also exchanging value. That's the only reason that we're making money, is because we're exchanging one value for another. And the value that we're giving her is we're giving her an opportunity to put some cash in her pocket to avoid her property going to a tax deed auction and going delinquent. We don't even know what's happening in this lady's life. Like, she could be praying right now for someone to contact her, and nobody's contacting her. Gotcha. She looking for an angel right now. Right now. She's like, oh my God, somebody please help me. My property is going to auction in 3 days and I do not have the answer. Lord, send somebody to me right now to help me fix this.
Wow.
Think about it.
So my thing is this. So if it's going into auction in 3 days, like,
yes, it's scheduled for auction September 3rd.
Is she still in the house?
We do not know this. It's an absentee owner, so my assumption is that she does not live where this property is.
Gotcha.
Her address is someplace else.
Okay.
We don't know that. Now remember, this is not an emotional decision. I see you getting emotional already, Monique. You're like, well, does she live there? I see you doing it. Don't do it.
Okay. Okay.
I see you concerned. But I do want you to have empathy, but empathy and sympathy are not the same thing. You can understand what someone's going through, but you're not going to take their place. Okay.
Right.
So you have empathy, like, okay, so you're empathetic to their situation, which means that your purpose and your intent is to provide them with a solution. So that's empathy. That's different.
Okay.
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 All right. Miss Dorothy, she got her tax bill many, many times over and had plenty of opportunity to pay it, and she did not. Okay. Yeah. That's the truth. Gotcha. There's nothing to be sorry about there. There's nothing to be sorry about. All right. Gotcha. So if you go to the next column, yeah, that one right there, please. All right. We're going to go back. All right, cool. So if we're going to like copy and paste and make some adjustments to our spreadsheet, what we would be doing, we know the owner's name. We make a column for owner's first and last name, owner's mailing address, we can copy the legal description and make a column for legal description. We can copy the physical location of that property and the physical address. We could do a whole lot of things. So we can append our existing spreadsheet and add even more columns so that we can have like a bigger picture. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all I want you to do right now is to copy the location address, please. And all we're going to do is just Google it. We probably have to take those 00s out of the way. I don't know why the county, that's just their databasing. Yeah. So that's probably the physical address there. Yeah. And we're just going to Google it. We're going to just research it, see if we can find some pictures of it online or a Google Street Map or Google Earth or something like that. So this is what 2414 Northwest 23rd Street looks like. So they said it's in Dallas, Fort Worth. Okay, cool. So why don't you click on that Google map for me, please? Yeah, so we can get that Google Earth. Yeah, perfect. Outstanding. All right, so you can even like turn it around. You know, you could like your street view. So we're actually looking at the property. So it may be, is it the vacant land? This is a nice neighborhood. I mean, I don't know. I don't live in.
No, I wouldn't live over here.
Oh, this is not about you. Again with the emotional decisions. This is a good working class neighborhood, Monique. Get your feelings out of your business. Girl.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some
mindset training. Get your feelings out of your business. All right. So let's see what this is. So it looks like it's a vacant parcel, to be honest with you. It got a house like right next door to it, but it's just a vacant parcel. That's interesting. All right, cool. So if you really want to find out what this property is, we would need to go to the county's property appraiser's website. So remember that you got your NETR Online open. I know you got a lot of tabs open, but if you go back to NETR Online, which is right above. Yep. Let's go to the appraisal district where it says Tarrant County Appraisal District. That's the property appraiser's website. Very cool. And we're going to do a property search. So probably the address. Yep. And then hit search. All right. Click there. Yeah. Yep. Bam. So what is this? It's going to tell you. Ooh. Okay. It's going to tell you the location, all that cool stuff. That's cool. Interactive map. That's dope. All right. That's fine. Similar to what Google just gave us, but continue to scroll down. What I want is this information here.
Yeah, it is. See, it says vacant land.
Yep, vacant residential land. Bam. All right. So if you are a vacant residential land investor, then this will be a great property for you to consider, right? If that's the types of properties that you want to buy. But if it's not the type of properties that you want to buy, all we're going to do is put it as a red. So go back to your spreadsheet, which is up at the top there. So we personally, I tell my students, we like to buy actual properties, actual houses. So click on the row, the number 2 for me. Click on number 2 and just highlight the whole thing. All right. And then I want you to click on your filler, which is the little bucket that looks like it's red up at the top in your menu bar. You could turn that whole row red. No, right here, babe. So go all the way across, go to the right. Keep going. All the way. All right. You're warm, you're hot, you're burning up. All right, now go down. All right, cool. There you go.
Oh, this way.
Not the text color.
Oh, not? Okay.
No, the one right beside it. The one to the right.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's a filler color. So why don't we make that red?
Okay.
The whole thing. Ah. Whew. Monique, you make me tired. So it's red. So what this means, we've begun to color code our list. We're not interested in this property because it's vacant land. We're interested in properties that have structures on top of it. So do you see where it says column F as in Frank, where it says property type? Why don't you type into column number F? Yep, column number F. F is not a number. And just put vacant. Vacant. So at a glance, yeah, you could know why you made it red. Does that make sense?
I'm probably going to change that red color because the red is just too much.
That's the whole purpose of it. It is stop. It is caution. It is do not proceed. It is ignore. So our colors for our spreadsheet, I mean, you can color code it how you see fit, but the easiest way for me and how I teach it, red is I don't want it. I'm not going to do any more research.
I see what you're saying.
Green is hot dang. This fits my criteria. I am going to do more research. And yellow is a possible.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So
there's a method to the madness.
Yeah, don't let the aesthetics make you feel some kind of way. Because I know you're like, oh, I'm gonna change it to fuchsia. Yes, fuchsia is the color of choice here.
Okay. I gotcha. Okay.
Oh, you make me laugh. You make me laugh. But this is the beginnings of how you can create your own list using public records, public information. And a lot of new real estate investors, they're like, oh, Jackie, where do I find motivated sellers? These folks right here are motivated. All of this information for motivated sellers, whether it's foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, it's delinquent taxes, it's evictions, it's code enforcement, just to name a few. I mean, we can do liens. We could do all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's endless, the different types. In our coaching program, I give you guys 21 different types of code enforcement. I mean, not code enforcement, but different types of motivations that you can search for, which only requires you an investment of time. So if you're starting out your real estate journey and you do not have a lot of money for marketing, this is the way how you would put your list together and begin to market directly to that owner. Okay. So this is how you do it. Now, September 3rd is like right around the corner, right? So it's like 4 days away. So, I'm not really sure how you could contact them, but hope is definitely not lost, because you can literally contact this person. They'd be like, yeah, I want to sell my house to you. And you'd be like, oh, snap. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me call Jackie real quick, because I'm not sure what to do after you said yes. I wasn't ready.
I know.
I didn't know you were really going to say yes.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness.
Right. Okay, good. And then you're like, oh, Jackie, I think I have somebody that, is interested in selling their house creatively, and I can help them. We can help them. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. And then we would work something out, right? We'll formulate a strategy that would be winning for them as well as us and everybody on the team. Cool. But I just wanted to show you practical application of creating your spreadsheet. So if you do me a favor, I want you to title your spreadsheet. We're going to wrap up real quick. I want you to title your spreadsheet right at the top. No. Where it says untitled spreadsheet, just click there. And I want you to name it after the county.
After the county?
Tarrant County. Yes, ma'am. Nothing fancy. Too easy. All right. And then down at the bottom of your spreadsheet where it says sheet number 1. You see what says sheet number 1?
Yep.
I want you to rename that to September 3rd. Or just put like 9/3/2019. Maybe that will fit better.
Let's do that. I was going to ask you. I was like, yeah, let's just do that.
Okay. Yeah. Because, you won't be able to read it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what I would do if I was you, I would create multiple sheets within my spreadsheet for Tarrant County. And I would copy and paste all of the properties that are going up for sale to the specific date. So for example, the next date is in Tarrant County was in October, wasn't it?
Yep. It was October. Let me go back. Yeah, October 1st and November 5th.
All right, sweet. So on your spreadsheet, please click it for me. Go back to your spreadsheet.
Okay, if I can get out of the way. Stop it. Put this over here. There we go.
All right, cool. So see your plus sign down at the bottom left corner?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, girl. Yes, boo. Yes, girl. All right, so now you're going to rename that one to 10,
Oh, no.
1,
10,
or however format you want to put your date. Yeah. Perfect. And then I think the other date was November
5th.
Yeah. They be like, Jackie, I can't find no leads. I'd be like, are you serious? Just the state of Texas alone got 200 counties. And every single county, every single county got properties.
Every time I talk to somebody about real estate, or I mention that in Texas, they're like, oh my God, Texas just has so much to go. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I hear. But as you can see, 200 counties, you should be able to find something.
I know. And I'm being facetious. I don't really think it has 200 counties. So let's just educate ourselves real quick. Click on your plus sign up at the top of your browser, all the way up to the right. And just open up the browser for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's do how many counties?
She said.
Yeah. How many counties?
I didn't mean to put that.
It's a garden tool, Monique. Only if you want to make it a profanity. Only if you want to make it a slur or a slander.
How many counties?
Its original meaning and definition is a garden tool. So how many counties are in the state of Florida? No, the state of Texas. Yeah.
Yes.
Boom. Google says 254. Oh my gosh.
See, you were like 54. Look, and you thought you were saying too much.
I thought.
Wow.
Hocus pocus. Yeah, Florida has 67. That's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot of opportunity. So when someone be like, I can't find no leads, I can't do this, and I'll be like, for real? Like, what country you live in? Because it cannot be the United States of America. It can't.
Wow.
So every county has foreclosures. Every county has code enforcement. Every county has delinquent taxes. Every county has every county got something. Every county got divorces. There are people living in these areas that are just going through everyday life and are looking for an outlet for someone to reach out and help them out of their situation. You must believe in abundance. You have to. There is no scarcity. There is no lack. There is no lack of opportunity, period, anywhere.
That is right. That is absolutely right.
Super dope, huh?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. All right. So I shared with you a jump start on your homework. All right. So I gave you a break this time. Just a small one. Okay. And then, my darling, our next session, you're going to show me your spreadsheet and show me your due diligence that you created. Is that okay with you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Awesome sauce. Practical application to help you build your business from the ground up. By golly, you will be successful. I ain't playing with you. You will be buying a house. I'm not playing with you.
Yes, I need that. Absolutely.
Tell me you too busy to make money.
I know
that. Oh, I got these work projects that I got and I'm so busy and oh my God, the sky is falling. Damn all of that. You can make a spreadsheet. And you're going to invest in yourself and your business, okay? There's people out here waiting for you. They praying to meet you right now. You playing around.
This is true. This is absolutely true.
Well, thank you. Thank you too. All right, we'll wrap up. I'll see you next week.
All right, take care and be safe with everything with your son and everything else.
I gotta figure something out. I know. Right now, like I'm in hurricane mood now, and I gotta figure something out.
I know. All right, sweetheart. Well, you have a good weekend, okay?
You too.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.